Om Sri Lakshmi Narsimhaya Namaha. Valmiki Ramayana, Aranya Kanda, Chapter 28. Rama fights with Khara. Summary. Khara, the demon brother of Shuurpanakha, confronts Rama with all of his valiant warriors are eliminated. He wages a fearful war, showing all his expertise, and he even brings down the armor of Rama with his arrows. The combat of Rama and Khara takes a longer time, as Khara is not easy to deal demon. Chapter 28 in detail. Khara is intimidated on seeing the elimination of Dushana along with Trishira, in as much as the intrepidity of Rama is concerned. On seeing the annihilation of the insufferable and mighty force of demons, even that of Dushana and Trishira, by lone Rama, and thus to apprehend that the demonic force is wholly distracted, that demon Khara became apprehensive. And then he lunged at Rama as with demon Namuchi, who once lunged at Indra, forcefully drawing the bowstring fitted with iron arrow which looked like furious serpents of venom ingesting only blood. Khara discharged them on Rama. Fidgeting with bowstrings in many a way, brandishing missiles with many a skill, Khara moved about the battleground in many a manner, seated on chariot and showing his expertise with arrows. That great chariot fighter Khara then started to fill all the stretches and interstretches with arrows, seeing that even Rama reciprocally started to take aim with his bow. Rama and then filled and made the skyless of leeway with verily unendurable arrows that are like tongues of fires emitting sparks, as with rain god choking the sky with torrents, less of latitude. No empty space is left out in the space around, since it has become riotous with sharp arrows discharged by Rama and Khara from everywhere. While both of them are warring with excitement to slay one another, then the sun, obscured with the mesh of arrows, has not shined. Then with acutely edged tubular iron and crescent edge arrow, Khara swatted Rama in the combat as a great elephant will be swatted with a goad. When charioted Khara came to the presence of Rama with the bow in the hand and ready for a close combat, the demon appeared to all beings as the Terminator handling his noose. Khara presumed that greatly indefatigable Rama is wholly fatigued by now, though he has shown his mettle of boldness in eliminating all of the demonic forces all the while. On seeing Khara, who is prancing like a lion with a gait of a lion, Rama is unruffled like a lion that sees a least beast in a chariot that equals the sun in its radiance. Then Khara reaches Rama as moth reaches fire. Showing sleight of hand, Khara then broke the hand grip of the bow of that great-souled Rama, along with an arrow fitted on it. Still infuriated, Khara has drawn 7 more arrows that equal the radiance of Indra's thunderbolts, and hit Rama's armor in that war. Then, on distressing Rama of unequaled vitality, with thousands of arrows in that combat, Khara blared a loud blare. With the arrows released by Khara that have a great egress, then the armor of Rama that has a sun-like resplendence is completely destroyed and fell on the field. When all his limbs are hit with arrows, Rama is enraged, and in that war, Rama flared up like a fumeless flaring fire. Then Rama, the blaster of enemies, strung bowstring to another thunderous blasting bow to end the enemy, that which is very admirable bow of Vishnu, and that which is awarded by great sage Agastya. Appraising the choice bow, Rama rushed towards Khara with arrows that have golden fins and curved barbs. That highly infuriated Rama then fragmented Khara's flagstaff with flag in that war. That eye-pleasing golden flagstaff with flag is severely shattered and fell onto ground, as if it is God damned sun fallen on earth. But that Khara is enraged, and as one who is aware of striking crucial parts, war tactics, assaulted on the chest of Rama with 4 arrows, and even on other limbs, as one would prod an elephant with lancets. Impacted with various arrows unloosened from the bow of Khara, limbs of Rama are drenched in blood, and he became highly indignant. On aiming his great bow, that ablest one among archers, namely Rama, then in that war released 6 arrows targeting pointedly. Rama indeed hit Khara's head with 1 arrow, with 2 his hands, and next with 3 crescent-shaped arrows he hit his chest. Then afterwards the great resplendent Rama, wishing to eliminate the demon, infuriately launched 13 iron arrows that are sharply whetted and similar to the dazzle of the sun. That mighty Raghava, who equals Indra in combats, smiling at the warfare of Khara, smashed the yoke of the chariot with 1 arrow, with 4 of the dappled horses, with the 6th the head of the charioteer of Khara, with 3 the 3-pronged shaft from yoke to the base of the chariot, with 2 the axles. Thus the chariot is fragmented. Then on wrecking Khara's bow, on which an arrow is placed, with the 12th, that mighty one Rama impaled Khara with the 13th arrow that is similar to a thunderbolt. With his bow utterly shattered, chariot fragmented, horses killed, and charioteer felled, that Khara then hopped down to the ground from the dilapidated chariot, wielding a mace, and stood fast. The gods as well as great sages have then came together and assembled in heavens, and those assemblies that are aboard their aircrafts are highly gladdened at the exploits of the great chariot fighter Rama, and they worshipped him with their adjoined palms. Thus, this is the 28th chapter in Aranya Kanda of Valmiki Ramayana, the first epic poem of India. Sri Moola Rama Vijayate. Om Sri Krishnarpanamastu.